Most of us over the age of 40 don't necessarily need to train harder. We just need to start training a little bit differently than we did when we were 25, 30, even into our mid to late 30s. The things that we did then don't necessarily work now. And so what I have found was that some of the biggest changes in my body didn't come from necessarily doing more cardio or stricter dieting or more punishing workouts. It came from a few unconventional shifts that really helped me to improve my strength, my recovery, mobility, energy, and ultimately longevity, hopefully, without completely burning me out, without making this a full-time job, okay? So what I wanted to do today is share with you 5 unconventional things that really helped me change the way that I train at the age of 48. I'm 49 in less than a month. These are things that I have done to really just shift things up a little bit that I want to offer up to you as options for you as well. So the first thing that sort of is that unconventional way of how I shifted the way that I train in my 40s was to take some time to learn about the science of how my body works, okay? I do not have an undergraduate degree in biology or chemistry or anything like this. My undergraduate degree is in computer science. I've got graduate level training in education, so a lot of psychology, and in technology, okay? When I was first learning how to become a yoga teacher, I had to really spend a lot of time understanding human anatomy, how things work, how things come together, even learning terms, stuff like that. When I was listening to a podcast or YouTube video or something like this, somebody had said this, that you only get one body, so take it seriously and learn how it works. Read a book and learn how your body works, okay? So what ended up happening was I was reading books, I was learning and really studying the human body and how things work. After I broke my tibia and fibula, I had a lot of issues with my knee just from the surgery. I read so much about the knee and learned so much about how delicate of a joint your knee really is. And it really brought out this fascination with me of just how the human body works and how amazing it really truly is. So seeking out people who know this stuff at the back of their hand, mentors and coaches and people that have written books and working one-on-one with people and really taking the time to learn from some really smart people about how the human body works. So I gave myself a lot of different training on education on anatomy and fitness nutrition, and eventually became a certified personal trainer, certified nutrition coach, yoga teacher, really got into it. And so I think that just helping me to understand how the human body works, why certain things work the way that they do, has really helped me to change the way that I train and helping me to understand different patterns and why things are happening the way that they're happening, that kind of stuff. This is not to say that you need to go out and get your personal training cert. This is not to say you need to go out and get your nutrition coaching cert. That's not what I'm saying here at all. But what I am saying is just take some time to just learn about your body, learn some of the science about how your body works. The second sort of unconventional thing that I changed in my 40s that affected the way that I train, and this is going to probably piss off a few of the yoga purists out there, and I am a yoga teacher. I've been practicing yoga for 16 years, and I started practicing yoga as a fitness and recovery tool. I will 100% stand by my opinion that yoga is a part of a fitness lifestyle, 100%. Now, that being said, going to a yoga class is not necessarily a workout. It's not something that you're going to do to get your body into a calorie deficit to lose weight. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is the whole practice of yoga itself is not just going to a yoga class, okay? There's a lot of other things that goes into yoga, mindfulness, breathwork, meditation, all of these different things that really help you with your mind-body connection. It helps you with your stress management, helps bring awareness to your body and noticing and feeling different things and understanding these patterns that you might feel in your body after maybe you feel a certain way after you eat different types of foods, and just observing those things that are happening within your body. Yoga also really helped me as part of mobility, strength, and recovery, which is what a lot of people come to yoga for, is to build flexibility, to build mobility, to build strength for active recovery, things like that. But I really think that there's this whole other component to yoga that 100% fits into a fitness lifestyle, and that is just that body awareness, being aware of how certain things impact your body, how certain foods impact your body, how stress impacts your body, things like that. And then just really being mindful of that mind-body connection. I'll also say that a regular yoga practice really made me aware of my eating habits and all of the mindless snacking I was doing, the stress eating, eating while I was distracted, just constantly being stimulated and just this running on autopilot. A yoga practice helped me to become aware that that was what was going on, that I was doing all of this mindless snacking, that I was just constantly being overloaded and overstimulated. Yoga brought awareness to that so that I could address it. Okay, so I could come up with a solution for that as part of my own personal weight loss journey, my own personal body transformation journey. So yoga is 100% part of a fitness lifestyle, probably not in the way most people might expect it to be as far as practicing yoga as a workout. It's really more this way of life and way of being with your body and way of interacting with the world around you and how you handle stress. And you're not going to get rid of stress, but it's how do you handle it? How do you respond to it versus react to it? The number 3 most unconventional thing that I did to help me with my body transformation and change the way that I trained in my 40s was starting to pay attention to how foods made me feel. This is a sort of a domino effect of bringing yoga in as a fitness tool as part of your wellness routine, okay? Is that I started having more awareness around how different foods made me feel, okay? Your body is constantly giving you feedback. Your body is constantly giving you signals. We are oftentimes taught to ignore those signals. I think a lot of just are conditioned to stop paying attention to things like hunger cues and just how do certain foods make you feel. So learning how to pay attention to your energy levels, your digestion, inflammation, your sleep, how well you're recovering, what does your skin look like, things like this. And there's a lot of different, and so yoga helped me to start bringing awareness to how some of those foods made me feel. And the first way I noticed it was, okay, I'm going to go to yoga at 4:30 and we're going to be doing forward folds and downward dogs. I don't want to have a full stomach because I don't want it coming up the other direction, right? That was like the first indicator of bringing awareness to how certain foods made me feel. But then it evolved into paying attention to, okay, I eat this food, I feel really super bloated 3 hours later, or I eat this food and my psoriasis has an outbreak, things like that. So it's really paying attention to how different foods make you feel, but also understanding that not every healthy food out there works for everybody. You may have foods that you don't digest them very well, or you might have foods that aggravate a skin condition. There's a lot of different things that healthy foods can impact your body negatively. So starting to pay attention to that. The next unconventional thing that I did that impacted my training in my 40s was taking stress management seriously. I think that a lot of us, when we get to our mid 40s, our 50s, we're at a point in life where your career is starting to hit its pinnacle. You've been successful. You've got a career, you've got a family, you've got the responsibilities, you've got a lot of different stuff. And as a result, you're just in this constant autopilot go, go, go mode. And your body might be in this fight or flight state where it's just constantly being stimulated. It's constantly ready to go to the next thing, okay? And I think taking stress management seriously had a huge impact on the way that I started training in my mid 40s. So I really focused in on sleep. I have a Fitbit. Some people have the Oura rings or other kind of trackers. And it's not that it's changing your sleep patterns or anything, but it's bringing awareness to your sleep patterns. It's showing you, are you getting good sleep? Are you not breathing very well while you're sleeping? Are you moving around a lot? It's giving you a little bit of awareness to your sleep. So I'm really focusing on my sleep, having a sleep routine, and making sure that I'm at an age where the hormones are shifting. So I do get the 3 a.m. wake up calls. And so what I do is make sure that I go to bed early enough that hopefully I can fall back asleep after the 3 a.m. wake up call. But if I don't fall back asleep, I still have a little bit of time to rest, lay in bed, just still get some good rest. Okay. So focusing on sleep, doing breath work. Breath work is part of my yoga practice, but also really having some focused time on breath work, even just 5 minutes a day, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Just doing that 3 or 4 times. Even just 5 minutes of that can really help with your stress management. Doing focused breath work, but then also paying attention to, am I holding my breath throughout the day? as I'm getting stressed out about things. Am I holding my breath? Is my breath shallow? Okay. I'm paying attention to my recovery. Active recovery is important. I was really in my 30s. I used to work out so freaking hard. Go, 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 go. But didn't necessarily always pay attention to the recovery aspect of it. Now I do very much have a recovery routine, salt baths, sauna, all that kind of stuff really just helps to provide some recovery to my muscle tissues, to my bones, but then also just to my nervous system of just calming the F down. Okay. Focused quiet time. I get time every single morning when I wake up in the morning, like the first half an hour of when I wake up, quiet time. Getting some walking done outside. I live in Arizona, so in Phoenix, it's hot in the summertime. Get outside. I walk in the mornings, 30 minutes, just get outside, get some walking done outside, less screen time, spending less time on your phones, but also less time on the computer, less time on the TV, spending less time just staring at this electronic device that has got this light emulating back at you, okay? So spending a little less time on my screen and just learning how to protect my energy. That can be learning how to handle situations maybe where there's people there that you might not necessarily want to interact with, learning how to protect that energy, not let those kinds of things impact you. But also learning how to say no to things. If you are in this place where you're trying to protect your boundaries, you're trying to protect your energy, learn how to say no to things. And no is a complete sentence. It's okay. And just general nervous system regulation. I've really gotten into sound baths, vibrational sound therapy. I really feel the impact of that, of just helping your body kind of come out of this fight or flight mode into rest and digest and just chill the F out. All right. So taking stress management seriously has really been a game changer for me as far as how I train in my 40s. The fifth thing I did that was unconventional was changing my mindset about the reason why I'm training. And it wasn't necessarily training to lose weight. I think many of us at this age, I'm going to say mid to late 40s, 50s, you're at a point where it's like, you've gained 3 pounds, you've gained 5 pounds, you've gained 8 pounds. And before you know it, you're 60 pounds overweight like I was. I have a video where I talk about that, where it's like, it's not just this massive weight gain all at once. It's just all of a sudden like 7 or 8 years goes by and you're like, holy crap, gaining 5 or 8 pounds over 7 or 8 years or 10 pounds over 7 or 8 years, that stuff adds up, right? I really shifted my mindset away from like training to lose weight to get stronger, to move better, to build muscle, stay mobile, to hike faster. That's what started all of this for me, was I just wanted to hike faster and to just feel capable in my own body. I'm at this point in life where I'll be 49 in less than a month, and I want to build a strong, capable body that's going to carry me into my 70s, 80s, and 90s. However, I have a lot of stuff I want to still go do. So I need to be in shape to go do them now, because at some point I may get to a point where my body's not going to let me do that anymore. So I want to be able to continue doing those things. So once I shifted away from thinking about like, I'm doing this to lose weight, to become more like, I'm doing this to get stronger and to move better, to build muscle, to stay mobile, all that stuff, my physique ended up improving the most. Like, I am in better shape now than I was when I was doing fitness competitions in my 30s. Because at that point it was like, my mindset was, I have to get to the gym because I'm doing a fitness competition. And it became this chore. Whereas now I get to go to the gym. I get to do all this stuff. I'm excited about it. And I want to see those improvements. So really shifting my mindset away from I'm doing this to lose weight to I'm doing this to be strong AF. And I want to leave you with this message that midlife fitness is powerful. You know yourself way better now than you did 20 years ago. You know what works for you. You're smarter about it. And you care less about these trends. There's a lot of stuff on Instagram and TikTok, and we didn't have all that stuff when we were in our 20s, right? Like we had the magazines. You go to Walgreens and Kmart and you buy the magazines that had the workouts in them, and we would do them and try the recipes and stuff like that. But now it's like we're just constantly bombarded with what is this trend and that trend and trampolines and all this stuff that's like, it just becomes trendy. And you're at this point where I really just care more about being strong and capable and having the energy to do the things that you want to do and just having this strong, healthy body. And so I really think there's something cool about getting older and getting into this phase of life where you realize that your best years physically don't necessarily have to be behind you. I know mine are not. I am in better shape now than I was in my 20s and 30s, way better shape than I was in my 20s and 30s. And these couple of mindset shifts that I had that I just went over in this video, I 100% attribute it to that, is just changing the perspective of it, that I'm not doing this to lose weight or anything. Of course, that's nice. Of course, you like looking good. You like feeling good in your clothes. That's a wonderful side effect of this. But when you're really training to build a strong, healthy body, the physique comes alongside of it. So I just wanted to share these couple of tips with you, just ways that I shifted my way of thinking. Hopefully you get one little nugget of knowledge out of it that you might find is helpful. If you find something helpful in this video, let me know in the comments, like what was one thing that really resonated with you that you might actually try in your day-to-day life. But also, what is one unconventional shift that maybe you had in your life? I would love to hear about it because I'd love to try it out. I'm always, like I said, I always want to learn new things. I want to understand things. I want to try new things out. So let me know in the comments, like what is like one unconventional thing that you've done or you're starting to do that you feel has really helped you in your own personal fitness journey. If you like this video, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and maybe send it to somebody who you think might find it helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.